So if you are still in the market to buy a home right now, it is a perfect storm for buyers right now to take advantage of all the conditions going on around the housing market. Stick around and I'll go into detail on why it is such a great time to take advantage of the market conditions right now. In the past few months, housing inventory has been increasing while the demand has been falling. In fact, inflation is at 40-year highs, and that's causing a lot of Americans to reevaluate their purchasing decisions and their habits. You see, I believe we have to touch on the entire economy so you're able to sift through the BS and know what's real and what's fake and who's actually trying to inform you to make an educated decision moving forward, and who is there to provide you with fear porn. Because you need to know exactly what the economy and the housing market is doing to put yourself in the best position possible. And earlier this week, companies like Walmart and McDonald's let us know that consumers are being more frugal, meaning that they're getting their needs and also cutting back costs when it comes to food. Now, they're not spending on luxury items such as TVs or toys. They're getting their essentials, and more people are shopping at the dollar menu. But on the flip side, GM reported General Motors said that there has not been a decline in demand for luxury car purchases. So Americans are still spending big dollars for their vehicles. Now let's talk about the housing market. Sales of new single-family homes went down 8.1% to 590 units in June. Now that information was just released by the Commerce Department on Tuesday, and sales have now fallen to the lowest levels since 2020, according to Reuters. And yesterday, June 27th, the Federal Reserve announced a 75 basis point rate hike, and mortgage rates actually went down for the day. And in other news, the June pending home sales index fell 8.6%, which is 20% lower than June of 2021. Mortgage application volume decreased almost 2% from a seasonally adjusted basis from the prior week. So this is why I say it is a perfect storm for buyers right now. Perfect for you to capitalize on the news that's happening and taking place in the market. And if you're still in the market to buy, all of this bad news is good news for you. You want the bad news. You say, bring on the more negative headlines, bring on the more negative numbers, because that will impact individual sellers and how they react to that news, and it should cause them to lower prices. But it will also continue to impact home builders. Home builders reduced prices at a record pace in the past month. In June of 2022, the median sales price for a new home sold in the United States was $402,000. Now, this is for new homes. Now, new homes only make up 10% of all the homes available. So you have to take that in consideration. But in June of 2022, the price for new homes was $402,000. That is a substantial decrease from just in May of 2022 at $444,000. Do you see why it's such a good time to be a buyer right now? Ian Shepperson, a chief economist, noted that single-family home listings have surged, meaning more have come to the market, actually 40% more in the last 4 months, as sales have actually gone down. So you buyers that are on the market to buy and capitalize right now, you are looking very, very attractive to home builders and to home sellers. And if the home sellers aren't going to reduce their price fast enough, the home builders will. So please, I'm sharing this information with you so you can put yourself in the best position possible. If you're a seller, you need to know what's happening. You need to know that a lot of competition is hitting the market and that there's less buyers in the market right now. And you have to know that your biggest competition as far as who can drop prices and make their offer or their home the most attractive is new home builders. Why? As you just saw, they can reduce their price $40,000 and still make a substantial profit. Well, why can new builders reduce the price of their properties so much faster? It's because just last year, they were selling the same exact model for around $380,000. But this year in May, they sold that exact floor plan for $444,000. So that is a huge profit margin. And needless to say, building supply costs have actually gone down, so they get to pocket even more money. So it does not hurt builders' bottom line to reduce prices over $40,000 as an aggregate. They're still making money. And that is what sellers need to know, because that is your competition. And to you buyers who remained diligent and stayed calm, you would have remembered that I told you earlier in the year that around August would be the best time to buy a home. And I am pleased to say that it is almost August and things are turning in your favor. And I don't have a crystal ball or anything. I just know how the sales cycle works in real estate. It gets very hot in the spring, it cools off a little bit in the summer, and it dies right in the beginning of the fall. Because everybody's going back to school, starting new jobs, they're not really focused on house hunting. So right now, the next 2 to 3 months is the perfect time to buy. Because once the new year turns around and then springtime comes back, you'll have a mass of buyers hitting the market again. And as you look at the other numbers of the economy, I told you have to look at everything as a whole. A lot of people believe that inflation peaked last month. Energy costs have since been going down. For the past 3 weeks, gas prices have been coming down, and other costs associated with inflation have been coming down. So if that is the case, if inflation has peaked, that means there will be a brighter, more rosier forecast for real estate and construction. So use this time right now and all these negative headlines to be your catalyst for allowing sellers to meet your demands, as opposed to the past 2 years where you had to meet these sellers' demands. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home in the Carolinas, please reach out to my team and I. I am Sir Ashley. I hope you found this beneficial. So please share this with friends or colleagues and hit that like button. I will talk to you later.